Senator Kamala Harris, a possible presidential hopeful and a women's rights advocate, now finds one of her own staff accused of harassment.
A senior policy advisor had to resign after it emerged that the state made a six-figure payment to settle a claim against him.
KPIX 5 political reporter Melissa Caen has been learning more about it for us. Melissa?
Yeah, Alan, Veronica, it appears that California taxpayers shelled out $400,000 to resolve a sexual harassment case involving a senior aide to Kamala Harris. And now Harris says that she didn't know anything about it because it happened at the Department of Justice, and she had already left her position there to become a senator when the lawsuit was served. But still, her office isn't helping to shed any light on the case. Senator Kamala Harris's longtime aide, Larry Wallace, was accused of sexual harassment by his former assistant, Danielle Hartley. The two worked together at the Department of Justice while Harris was the Attorney General, and in December 2016, Hartley sued the DOJ. According to her complaint, Wallace harassed her in various ways, which included Wallace putting his printer underneath his desk on the floor and ordering Hartley to put paper in Wallace's printer or replace the ink on a daily basis, requiring her to bend down on her knees under the desk in her dresses and skirts, many times while he was sitting at his desk or with other male executives in the room. Well, the case was settled in May of 2017 for $400,000. But after media questions about the lawsuit on Wednesday, Wallace resigned. Harris says she didn't know about the lawsuit.
Am I surprised that yet another government official has been accused of sexual harassment and involved in a settlement? Absolutely not.
Noreen Farrell is the executive director of Equal Rights Advocates. She says high-level employees can get away with harassment, in part because settlement agreements often contain confidentiality clauses that prevent the victim from talking about the case.
Their sexual harassment is overlooked. There's a quick, quiet settlement, and then they're allowed to stay in the workplace.
The settlement agreement between Hartley and the state of California does have a confidentiality clause. This is true even though Senator Harris is pushing for a federal law that would prevent those kind of clauses in harassment settlements. Now, we reached out to Senator Harris's office to see if she has contacted the current Attorney General, Xavier Becerra, and asked him to waive the confidentiality clause in Hartley's agreement so that she can speak freely. But they stopped answering our emails after that question. We also asked Xavier Becerra's office directly if he would waive the confidentiality clause in Hartley's agreement, also stopped responding to our emails at that point.
To get that waived, is there a legal way to force that to happen, or is it strictly up to the Attorney General?
It's strictly up to the other party to the agreement. We saw this, for example, with Harvey Weinstein, and with some executives of his media company sort of saying, it's fine, we're not going to prosecute you, we're not going to go after you for breach of contract if you do, in fact, breach this confidentiality clause, allowing people to speak freely. So it is an option that one that no one is interested in, I guess, when it's close to home.
Yeah.